Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Boxing. Back with another live. This one right here, we're going to break down the new WBO rankings that just came out today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do. So we're going to touch on each division. You know what I'm saying? If any of these fighters got a fight coming up, we're going to speak on it. And we're just going to talk about the landscape of the division and the sanctioned body. So I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. So we're going to get right to it. So here's a screen share of the WBO rankings. You can go straight to their website, find the latest and greatest of the rankings for the sanctioned body. So feel free, take advantage of that. So starting off with heavyweight. So AJ is the unified champion, WBO, WBA, IBF. Now we know AJ is going to fight Usyk. That's September 25th in the UK in one of those big soccer stadiums. So that's what's up. We know Fury and Wilder's going July 24th, so that's already determined. So the number 2 guy, Joe Joyce, got a nice fight coming up. He's facing Carlos Takam. That's July 24th in the UK. That should be a pretty good fight for him. You know what I'm saying? Another veteran guy. Joe Parker is out for a minute because elbow surgery. You got Ruiz. Hopefully we'll get Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz. Frank Sanchez is fighting number 10, F.A. Ajaba. Let me see. Michael Hunter, his fight was postponed. Now, the only real change in this, Deontay Wilder was number 4 last month, but he's dropped out because he about to fight Tyson Fury in the WBC. And F.A. Ajaba comes in number 10. So Frank Sanchez and F.A. is fighting on the Wilder Fury trilogy undercard. That's a good fight. 50-50 fight right there. Luis Ortiz waiting for news for him. Number 8, Zane's supposed to fight on the Triller card, but it got postponed along with Michael Hunter. Romanov is fighting Bridgerweight. Denson McKean just had a win. Caballero just had a win. Herkovic is going down the IBF route, so we'll see. And then Ali Damarizan up in there, Yoka. So we'll see, though. So definitely the heavyweight division is heating up because we got all the top guys about to fight in the next couple of months. So that's what's up. On to cruiserweight, you got the champion Lawrence Okolie. Now he's supposed to be back late August or on the AJ Usyk undercard. He's going to face his mandatory, the number 1 guy right there, Dylan Pazovic, something like that. Pretty decent fighter. So that should be his first title defense, and then he'll look to unify. Gassiev in there. I'm not sure if he's still campaigning at cruiserweight. Only real change in this one is number 13. F.A. Apochi, who's fighting on Sunday night on Fox. He's facing Brandon Glanton. So, and Apochi is number 1 in the WBA, so that's what's up. So he got him a ranking in the WBO. So we'll see where that takes him. But he got a good fight coming up on Sunday. So that's all that really changed in this weight class for cruiserweight. They call it junior heavyweight for WBO. All right, moving to light heavyweight. Joe Smith Jr. Let me take this off real quick. Joe Smith Jr. is the new champion. He just beat Vlasov for that in a kind of a controversial fight. But he got 2 options: either unify with Arthur Beterbiev, the unified champion, or face Danny Jacobs in the All New York Showdown, which would be a pretty, probably a good payday for him. Landon Arthur is coming back July the 10th. He got a nice little stay busy fight coming back. Yard is on that card, so if both guys win, Arthur and Yard, they're gonna rematch Slim off. Number 2, Zerto has a fight coming up July the 9th. He's facing Sullivan Barrera out here in Cali. That's a good fight. Vlasov. Oh, number 5, Bulanix. He has a tough fight coming up. August the 14th versus Bawaxi. That's in the Eddie Hearn Matchroom fight camp. That should be a pretty good fight. I know if you go to Bulanix boxing ring, you'll see 5 losses. But this kid, he turned his career around. Oh, excuse me. You see Bawaxi number 7, Brown 8, Callum. You see Callum Smith? He just came in there. That's a new change in the light heavyweight division. He moving up to 175. You know what I'm saying? So Callum Smith just entered. Badu Jack is another entry. So that's what's up. Callum Johnson and Callum Smith. Well, they got the same trainer, so I doubt if they fight. But Callum Smith, I want to see how he fits in at 175. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Ricky E? Yeah, we back, bro. Gotta break down these rankings. Salute to you, bro. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. So we'll see, man. Light heavyweight kind of picking up some steam. You know what I'm saying? It was dormant for a second, but it's back. All right, so we're moving on. Super middleweight. Canelo Alvarez is the super champion. He's about to fight Caleb Plant, undisputed. That should be September 18th. So look forward to that. Trying to figure out the network situation. The mandatory is Zach Parker. Zach Parker been mandatory for a little over a year. Tall guy, kind of a good. I can say he's a crazy puncher, but he's a good puncher, good solid puncher, strong kid. He's a mandatory, and I've been putting this out there. If he beat Caleb Plant in September, don't be surprised if Canelo go to the UK and fight his mandatory Zach Parker over there. I always been putting it out there. David Lemieux had a comeback win. That's like a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? He's still tough and rugged. I don't think 68 is his best weight, but he can make a good name for somebody. Dennis Jacobs, he's looking to fight Joe Smith Jr. Who else? Who else got something going on? Billy Joe, number 9. You see that? Berlinger should be back in August on a top rank card. He might headline that. John Ryder. Shiskin, number 15, is probably for the IBF final eliminator. You know what I'm saying? His promoter, Salida Promotions, won the purse bid, so he should have some coming up pretty soon. Okay, so 168. All right, so then we're moving to middleweight, 160. Demetrius Andrade, this is champion, coming off that decent performance. You know, could have been better, but good performance over Liam Williams, who was his mandatory challenger. So he in the voluntary stage. So it makes sense for him to unify with Jamal Charlo. I always wanted that Jamal Charlo fight. Andrade versus Charlo is the fight I want. Kenneth Johnson, what's good, bro? Salute to you. But we'll see. Demetrius Andrade is in negotiations to fight Chris Eubanks. But as you can see, Chris Eubanks is not in these rankings. So I don't know. Hopefully he can get the unification. They're talking about September. Well, he talked about September. But we'll see. Jaime Munguia came back last week. He looked okay. Offensively, he's a good fighter. He still got some defense to work on, but he's a good fighter. I like his stab jab in the fight last weekend. Zanabek is fighting number 12, Rob Brent, who just came into the rankings. That's the new addition. You know what I'm saying? Rob Brent, number 12. Zanabek versus Rob Brent. That's on Lomachenko Nakatani on the card. That's a good fight. Number 3, Falcao has an IBF eliminator coming up August the 28th in Germany. He's facing Patrick Wurchik, something like that. And that's going to be the mandatory for Triple G. So Falcao is trained by Robert Garcia, so we'll see. And that's pretty much it. Nothing really changed, you know what I'm saying? Jason Quigley in there, Felix Cash. He should be on the Matchroom card coming up. Fight camp. Liam Williams is still in there, but Liam Williams just had shoulder surgery, so he might be out for a minute. So nothing really changed other than Rob Brent. All right, 154. You got Brian Carlos Castanos versus Mel Charlo. That's coming up July 17th. Undisputed. Can't wait for that one. Tim Tszyu, number 1 in the WBO. He's fighting Michael Zarafa. That's July the 7th down in Australia. Kabranov, he just fought and beat Liam Smith. That was a tough fight. I can see Tim Tszyu going back to Russia to fight Kabranov in his next fight if he get past Zarafa. Number 3, background. He is the IBF mandatory for Jamel Charlo, and he got that. They already sent that letter out, so he's gonna get the winner, and he's gonna be on that Jamel Charlo Castano undercard too, probably off TV. Let me see. So the only change I seen, they dropped Jerry Hurd. I think he was like 5 or 6, but he coming off that loss to Luis Arias. And number 12, Charles Conwell is up in there. So that's what's up. Charles Conwell, his fight got postponed to August 14th. He was on that Triller card. So that's what's up, man. I like 154. They got this a good little ranking right here. Koke, anyway, Garcia, Brandon Adams up in there. Anthony Fowler has a fight coming up on Fight Camp. He's facing Roberto Garcia. That's gonna be a good test for him. Ocampo, he got like 6 or 7 wins in a row since he got stopped by Earl Spence. So yeah, that's what's up. What's up, Joseph Brown? He said, thank you for keeping us updated on these rankings, man. Yeah, I got you, bro. All good. Appreciate you coming through. For sure. All right, so we're moving on. Welterweight. All right. Bet. So we got so we know, of course, Bud Crawford is the WBO champion. I don't know what he's gonna do. But we'll see. Yeah, it's a crazy situation with him. Virgil Ortiz, he's penciled in to come back August the 14th. Nothing real big. Like, they haven't announced nothing, but you know what I'm saying, inside information. He's going to fight number 5, Igor Kavalauskas. He said, bang that. But yeah, man, I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate it. So Virgil Ortiz versus Igor Kavalauskas on August 14th. They're going to announce that coming up probably. So yeah, that's a good fight. Sean Porter, no, I'm not sure what he's gonna do. Heard rumors about Keith Thurman. I wouldn't mind saying that. Sean Porter is also number 2 in the IBF. He won an eliminator, and he's number 1 in the WBC. So he's in good position. He probably just wait his turn. Mikey Garcia, that same thing. I'm not sure what he's gonna do. I would love to see Mikey versus Regis. That'd be a good fight. Michael McKinson, he's a good fighter. Number 4. He's from the UK. He's fighting on the Matchroom card August the 14th. He's a crafty southpaw. Very hard to look good against. He'll give these top guys a decent run. I don't know if he got the offensive firepower, but he definitely can box. And you always in a fight when you can box. Boost Ennis, number 6. Look for Boost Ennis to be on that Pacquiao Spence undercard. Look for that. I think that Pacquiao Spence card is going to be all welterweights on the undercard, just like the Wilder Fury card, all heavyweights. That's a good fight, Ortiz. Just hope he doesn't pull a Porter and not activate the mandatory spot. Yeah, I think he will. I think that's what they're pushing for anyway. And Golden Boy is their contract with the Zone about to end, and they're about to start rocking with Triller. So that would put them in a good position to win a purse bid if they had to. So, yeah, I don't think Virgil going to turn that down. All right, so Boost Ennis, look for him to be back on the Spence and Pacquiao card. I think he's going to fight Cassius Clayton. That's a fight I want for Boost. I think that's a good fight for Boost. Avanesian, not sure what he's going to do. He's a European champion. He coming out with that good victory over, what's his name? Josh Kelly. Rashid Ellis, same thing, man. He should be on these Golden Boy cards, man. They have all these cards, and you don't see Rashid Ellis. Quadratilo Arkadorov, number 10. That's the IBF mandatory for Spence. Spence haven't made a mandatory defense in 3 years since Ocampo. That's a long ass time. So we'll see what happens though. Quadratilo might be on the undercard coming up on a PBC card too. So look for him on these undercards when these fights get announced. All right, 140. Josh Taylor is undisputed. That should sound good to say. So salute to him. He got Jack Calleron, the number 1 WBO mandatory. That's coming up. Let me see. Jose Pedraza with Barbosa, Pedraza, Zepeda. Good looking rankings right here. Ramirez coming in number 6. They got Prograis. Galashev had a win I think last week. Yeah, good little rankings right here. These guys right here, I don't know if they deserve to be above Postal, but they're pretty good young fighters. Maxwell like 33. He was a good amateur. Yeah, decent fighter. Postal. Oh, they got number 14, Ponce. So that's the new addition. I think they dropped Josue Vargas from Top Rank and put in Ponce, who is the IBF number 1 guy. So he's the mandatory. Number 2 is Sabrina Matisse in the IBF. So they might have to face each other coming up to see who's going to fight Josh Taylor, or if Josh Taylor move up and vacate, then they're going to fight for the vacant title. Ponce versus Matisse. That'll be a banging ass fight. Yes, sir. So we'll see what happens with that. Moving up to lightweight, Teofimo. He's the unified champion. His fight got postponed due to COVID. So August 14th, that's a new date. Kambosos won. So Lomachenko versus Nakatani. That's a big fight coming up. I mean, Lomachenko gonna have to get back on the horse after that first defeat, well, that second defeat. My bad. Let me not be like ESPN and taking losses away from him. But this is like effectively a mandatory position for the WBO. Lomachenko versus Nakatani. You got some good fighters. Number 3, Baranchik is a good fighter. That's Lomachenko's teammate in the Olympics, and from Ukraine. Tego is a good fighter. Look for him to get back. Nakatani, talk about him. Comey should have some nice coming. Richard, Lee Selby from Ferrara. Remember him. Pitbull Cruz just fought last weekend. Cully is fighting this. Gary Cully is fighting Friday on MTK card, ESPN Plus. Look out for him. He's a good little southpaw. Williams Zepeda has a good fight coming up. Damn, who he fighting? He's fighting Hector Tanahata on the Zerdo Barrera undercard. And you got Jojo Diaz versus Fortuna on that card too. That's a good card right there. Michelle Rivera should be back. What is it? July the 3rd. He should be back. He's facing John Fernandez. So, yeah, man. Boxing starting to get real active. A lot of stuff popping. It's back in full swing. So that's what's up. All right, moving down. 130 pounds. Okay, let's get this right. I bet. So 130 pounds. You got champion Jamel Herring. You see Shakur right there, the interim champion, just beat Nakatilla. So those guys supposed to fight in the fall. I'm guessing October, maybe November, but definitely they're gonna fight next. A lot of people. I didn't think Aaron was gonna take that fight. I'd be the first one to say that, but it looked like he's gonna take it. So let's get it. All right. So since Shakur Nakatilla is out the rankings altogether, so since they out, everybody moved up, and the 2 new additions is number 14 and 15, and Xavier Martinez and Zephyr Barrett. Martinez is a TMT fighter, fights on PBC. He had a good fight on the what card was that? Figueroa versus Neri card, had a good fight, and then Zephyr Barrett is with Matchroom, and I thought he lost his last fight versus Kiko, so. We'll see. Let me see. Archie Sharp should be coming back. Damn, July the 10th. He come back one of those dates. Yeah, July the 10th. Nova, he should be coming back in August. Ogawa, number 4, is fighting for the vacant IBF title versus Rachmanov. Lamont Roach should be back July 9th. Brenov got a fight coming up in Russia. I want to say it's this week or next week. Albert Bell, he been there sparring with Lomachenko. So Gabe Flores, he's penciling to come back on the Wilder Fury undercard July 24th, and I'm guessing he's gonna fight number 11, Matias Rodia. Now, this number 11, Matias, that's who Oscar Valdez won his first world title against. They fought at featherweight, and he's a big puncher from Argentina, so that might be a good little test for Flores. Number 13, Conseja, he's fighting Oscar Valdez in September. So, y'all be on the lookout for that. LeVar Cooper, what's good, bro? Salute. What's going on, bro? All right, moving on to 126. Emmanuel Navarrete is the champion there. Hearing some whispers about him facing number 2, Joet Gonzalez. Maybe Jesse Madaleno. He gonna get a fight like that coming up. I'm surprised he's not back in the ring after his performance against Christopher Diaz. Well, that was in April, so maybe he might have something coming. So Jazzy Dickens, number 1, he's facing number 4, Kid Galahad in the IBF. That's for the vacant IBF title. That's August the 7th. Eddie Hearn Matchroom Fight Camp. That's a good fight. That's a rematch too. So I talked about Joet. Joet might get that Navarrete fight. Madaleno might be in there too. Mark Marcelo, that's number 5. That's a Manny Pacquiao promoted fighter. Oleg number 6 just had a good victory last weekend in Ukraine. Isaac Lowe number 8, that's a Tyson Fury's homeboy. Brian Chevalier should have I think he was scheduled for something. Number 9 from Puerto Rico. Okay. Mariaga up in there. Diaz. Okay. So of course we want to see the top guys fighting each other. Gary Russell needed unification like yesterday. Leo Santa Cruz looked like he's still campaigning at 126, and the IBF is vacant. So it's pretty plenty of good fights, so they can be made at 126. All right, 122. Now this is probably the highest division, up and coming division right now. You got a lot of good players. Stephen Footman, Figueroa coming up September 11th. That's a good fight unification. MJ is about to fight the unified champion. He's about to fight Ronnie Rios sometime in August. That's another good fight. So, yes, sir. So you got Michael Conlon, who's number 1. Who a lot of fans not really high on him. He was a good amateur and stuff like that. About 29, 30 years old. So it's time for him to make a move right now. But like a lot of people haven't been high on him. Not me myself. He got some skills and stuff like that. But to me, he haven't put it together. And he dropped down to 122. So after Fulton versus Figueroa in September, then you might see Michael Conlon as the mandatory, and that would be a big fight. Let's say Fulton win that fight and be a unified champion to fight Michael Conlon in New York. You know what I'm saying, with the Irish fans and Philly right up the street. That'd be a decent little fight. Danny Roman, tough veteran, former unified champion. Number 2, Patrick Ward just had a nice victory on the Matchroom show. Carlos Castro. Now he's an undefeated fighter, good young fighter. Yeah, I think he's like number 1, number 2 in the WBC. Man, he's been so inactive, and I think Top Rank just dropped him, so I'm not sure. Magic Mike playing in there. Angel Leo. Thought Angel Leo lost that fight by a hair against Alameda last weekend, but it is what it is. Dalby, I thought he lost. Well, no, I scored it a draw. But Dalby, he boxed well early. And then down the stretch, Lopez came on, but they got him in 122. I think he's campaigning at 26, so maybe they got that messed up. All right, who else got a fight coming up? Zach got a fight coming up July 9th. That's on the Golden Boy show. So, yeah, 122 is dope. Reese Salim, haven't even talked about him. I don't know when he's going to get a fight, but that's one of the best fighters in that division. So, stay tuned. Okay. So moving down to 118. So we got some big news at 118 over the weekend. We're gonna get a unification. Well, they switched it up on us, but I'm not even mad at it. We got John Ray Casimero, the WBO champion. He's gonna face the WBC champion, future Hall of Famer Nonino Donaire, August 14th. That's a good ass fight though. So Rigondeaux was supposed to get that fight, but he mutually decided to, take a, he didn't take no step aside, man. I want to clear that up. He just stepped aside, allowed those guys to fight. He's the WBA regular title, regular champion, so he might become mandatory for anyway. So he just taking he took the back seat, allowed these guys to fight. So eventually they're trying to make the winner of Casimero versus Donaire versus anyway. If y'all notice, y'all seen Casimero and Donaire all over Top Rank television last weekend, doing interviews and pictures and all types of stuff. So that's what it looked like. So that's what's up. So maybe Rigondeaux can get the winner undisputed. We'll see. But Rigondeaux will fight on that card, the undercard, August 14th. So that's what's up. Okay, so number 1, you got Joseph Obeko. He's fighting Paul Butler for the mandatory spot. That's a Friday on that MTK card I mentioned earlier. Might be a pretty good fight. I think Obeko passed it. He's like 43, 44 years old. Definitely his best days behind him. Paul Butler a little bit more fresher. So I expect Paul Butler to win, but that's why they fight the fights. Let me see. Everything else is basically the same as last month. Got some good fighters up in here. Only difference is Rashid Warren comes in number 6. He replaces Rigondeaux, who falls out. So that lets you know what's going on with that. Israel Gonzalez up in there. Aston Palette. They got some good fighters. Lee McGregor got a fight coming up July the the 11th. He got a good fight coming up. So, yes, sir. Carlos Caraballo from Puerto Rico. He nice. All right, 115. Pretty good division too. You got the top guys fighting each other again. Chocolatito and Estrada gonna run it back sometime in September, October. Quadras versus Soravansai gonna run it back, so that takes them out the equation. You got Daniel Nietes up in there. Now I want to say it was somebody got ordered to fight. I forgot who it was. I can't remember. But yeah, Daniel Nietes. I think he might be a like borderline Hall of Famer, 4th division champion, number 3. Charlie Edwards up in there. Tanaka coming off that loss. Hopefully he can get back in there. Manuel Plans, they got him at 115, but I think he campaigned at 118. Show a sheet up in there. So yeah. Prince Patel. Yes, sir. But yeah, this division, the division at the top is real strong. All right, 112. You got Junto Nakatani as the champion. He got a fight coming up. Then they got a purse bid coming. Nakatani versus Acosta, number 1. That's gonna be a good fight. 2 big punches right there. Acosta moving. He was at one. He was a champion at 108, but he got dethroned. He was a big ass puncher. So I'm not sure if his power translated to 112. I know a lot. See, people think about these smaller guys, and they say, well, these guys are only moving up 3 pounds, 4 pounds. So they don't really count when they like 3 division champions. But as you can see, Acosta been knocking out everything. Once he moved up to 112, he's struggling to get knockouts. His last fight was on Ring City, USA. I mean, he won. That's his first fight he won that went the distance. All his other wins is by knockouts, all knockouts. So move up to 112, power leaves. So that tells you something. Number 2, Sandoval is facing Jay Harris on that MTK card. Make sure y'all check out that MTK card if y'all available on Friday, or at least watch the playback. Y'all ain't got nothing to do. So Sandoval number 2, Harris number 5. They fighting for the IBF final eliminator. So 2 top guys, like top 10 guys. So that's what's up. We definitely need unification in this division. JC Martinez is fighting the WBC champion. He's fighting this weekend on the Zone. Sonny Edwards coming out that big victory over Matalani. Like to see him unify. The WA champion, Dakla Khan. I haven't seen him in a minute. He's been out the ring for a while, so hopefully he get active. All right, so last 2, 108, 105. Soto is the champion at 108. He's with Matchroom. He fought on Canelo's undercard, and they got a WA champion, Kawaguchi. So hopefully those guys can unify. But Kawaguchi might have some mandatories coming though. I think he got ordered to fight the regular champion, so that might be on hold. So Edwin Soto might have to fight the number 1 guy, Jonathan Gonzalez, who just became number 1 after his victory last month. So that's what's up. Jesse Bell Rodriguez is number 3. That's one of my favorite young fighters, bro. He's supposed to fight on the Lomachenko undercard this weekend, so stay tuned for that. It haven't been announced, but got a little inside situation going on. As far as the champions, Kawaguchi, like I said, he got a mandatory coming up. Felix Alvarado supposed to be he's like penciled in to be on the undercard of Virgil Ortiz versus Mean Machine Kavaliauskas, August 14th. Then you got WBC champion Ken Shiro. He just had a victory in April. So I'd like to see these guys unify. Sam at 105. Mendez is a good fighter from Puerto Rico. You see all these champions, WA, IBF, WC. So I'd like to see these guys unify. It's a young kid from Dominican Republic, Pac-Man. I forgot his last name. Pac-Man Rosa. He's coming. He's like 18, 19 years old. Be on the lookout for him. I think he's fighting for a WA regular title or interim title in July coming up in Dominican Republic. So that's what's up, man. So far these rankings, nothing really too crazy. The WBO is not that crazy when it comes to these rankings. I mean, they might have somebody pop in here and there. Nothing like the WBA, of course, but WBO it's a pretty good sanctioned body if you ask me. I think it's number 2 behind the IBF, but you know, everybody have their flaws. So nothing too crazy, you know. I always like to check on these rankings just to see if I can see some future matchups and stuff like that, and see what's going on in the rankings, see who's close to a title shot, see who can be, which contenders can be in line for a title shot if they fight each other. So it's always good to look at the rankings, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Yes, sir. So that's what's up, man. I like the WBO. So I want to salute everybody come through the building. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. For those listen to the playback, feel free to drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys got some up out of it like I did. I appreciate you guys coming through. What's up, man? I see you. What's good, bro? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Salute to you. But thanks everybody for coming through. That's my time, and I'm out.